Cleaned up very nicely there. I hope this isn't recording vertically up. I hate that when people do that. So these ones with the green dots have yellow jackets in there. Okay, so what I did, I got it same as this in there, 680 ohms. I don't remember what this read, measured. But I went to a 10K. A 10K, I guess I noticed people put the stone edge side on one of the sides instead of Heathkit. Put it on the side versus down. I always put it down. So now I put them in this way. So that's a 680 ohms, 10 watts. It still gets pretty hot. This 10K should be also a 10 watt. Okay, this is the protector capacitor. It goes from neutral, which is this end one, neutral. And it goes to here. This goes to chassis ground. And now what I have going over here, I rearranged my stuff. So what I got going on, here's the cap. I can't even see this. Buddy Holly's on. These are strong ones. Okay, here's the filament, like the toaster wire of the 5Y3 toaster wire. I think it's pin, that doesn't matter. It's the one they always use for the B+. So this goes to here to an empty socket over here. So right here, what does it do? It gets bitch slapped to ground with this capacitor right from the 5Y3. It's in here. It gets, now I have this here. I had this capacitor around for forever, so I thought I'd throw it in there because it would fit. Okay. And then from there, it goes this red wire into this, through there to the field coil on the speaker, which filters the B+, obviously, and creates a magnet. Magnets must have been tight in those days to get. So, and then it comes back as this black wire. And then it goes down, you know, things are coming upstream. This is, you know, you got this 27K. I don't have a schematic for this. I never really tried to figure out. I tighten up this, what's it called, a speed nut? Not a speed nut, but those press-on rectangle deals. You'll see those on garage door openers of various things, like push it, like the lock where the assembly goes on for the lock. If you twist it, if you don't have electric opener, they're used on that kind of stuff. They're used on other things, many things. So this is kind of hanging on now. It's kind of a little wobbly, but I can't press it up anymore. It's all the way. Obviously, you can never touch these. You got to unplug your unit from the wall. So this electrolytic filter capacitor is not hooked up to nothing except for it's doing the cathode biasing of the 6F6, which is here. 6SK7 here, the IF. Over here we got the, I see a 6SA7, I can see that. 6S87, the mixer oscillator there. Well, you can tell by the ringing coil or whatever it's called, loop stick coil. Then you have this one here, which is the 6SQ7. So you have your detector diode in there someplace, and your triode. This here's not touching nothing. I plan on finding some 0.01. This is a 0.047. That's a 0.047 because here's the capacitor. 0.05. I think I could pop that apart and shove one of those yellow jackets in there. This one's too skinny, so I don't know. Too bad they didn't have two of those in there, but they had this in there. I don't think these are a replacement because 0.05 at 400, 0.05 at 200. This is the one that was here. This was up here. I remember it. Then we have 0.02, which is probably also a 0.01, I would assume. So we got two 0.05, so that's the 0.047s, which are this one and that one. That's a 0.01. 0.01, and well, I think this is a 0.01 also. Green jelly, green jelly, green jelly. So they're all 0.01s. Green jelly. Looks blue. It's actually green. 473, that's a 0.1, that one. But this one over here is a 0.01, and that's a 0.01. So like I say, the B plus is here. It's through that 680 ohms at 10K. This still gets hot, and then it bounces to unused socket of the 5Y3. It gets filtered a tiny bit more here. Goes to the field coil. Comes back as this black wire. The other side of the field coil. You should have had it orange. And it's here. So that's your pretty much your main B plus, I think. Even the audio output is here. I'd like to put my audio output on this side, but then it may not create a strong enough magnet. Probably requires the 6F6 to power through it to create enough flux in the system to create the magnet. So, oh, I got to turn it on. Right, here's the parts. Here's the odds and ends, stacking washers, and your odds and ends. There's your. I see some of you can put a piezo pickups on for these if it doesn't work. I'll probably put this back on. They didn't have a nut on here. I remember they had. That's why they had that wire cocked. They had the wire cocked, and it was just holding it in the wood, I think, of the cabinet. Here's my shit. I'm on shit. Blood pressure pills, obviously. They're supposed to change the blood pressure reading system so they could put more people on blood pressure pills. Okay, here's what's going on here. Okay, this one here, this green one, just goes to chassis ground. So it's already protected from the AC if you put it in incorrectly. So here's neutral. Then it goes to here, chassis ground. So you got this protecting you. And then when it comes here, I just threw this old thing in there. Whether it's good, it could be 100% shorted. I don't think they ever 100% short. It could be perfectly good. I'm not going to test it. because I'm a believer. I put hoops on all these so I can disconnect them real quick, because it's kind of a toss around to get this in with this. So it's a lot easier just to have hoops. So I have my green, my yellow, my orange. Red is extra antenna. So this one here on the tickler winding, red is, it looks like they used the lower side. The outer side here is this one, the green. So here's the outside, the green, that's going to the chassis right there. And I use this for a little secondary protection in case you do something and you got that in incorrectly, and you got your hand on a cold water pipe, and you saw your cold water pipe still going to the ground, you know, and you got your hand on a cold water pipe and you're hooking up an antenna, and you go, you say the 7 words you ain't supposed to say on television. You start shouting them out. So I'm going to plug this thing in. That's George Carlin, obviously. Class Clown record. Okay, I'm going to plug this in. And then I'm going to try to find that weak station. I don't think I can find 650. I don't think that'll come in, but maybe 1260. Or maybe just nothing. This is slipping. I put oil on it, so it's slipping. We just basically get sports.
Don't you worry about that. If the Dodgers, why we're rooting for the Dodgers is if they...
It's really got power. Have to take that off. That's kind of a, uh-oh, I'm to the end. That has to be 1260. Didn't sound like it. It works better if you actually had something to this. It'd be better. Okay. Plan B.
Tension built up in 1-1. I think, especially this year, because there's no expectations for them to go to the World Series, I think the playoff run is just a little bit easier to enjoy. And I said that to my dad. I go, you know, I don't want him to win.
These spin around. I can't even hardly squeeze these open. These are from Menards.
Second half of the season, after the All-Star break especially, I just keep complaining about the team. So, if this is, you know, like I feel like it'd be a weird year. So, with that being said, I'm going to lay the 4.5 only because this looks like a trap. The Raiders.
Sports.
Can they really be this bad? Maybe. But give me the Raiders.
This goes to ground.
Unbelievable.
This goes to... One of them goes to the automatic gain control in here. The other one goes to, this greenish one goes to grid number 3, I think. Grid number 2 and 4 are tied together. Grid 1 is the oscillator with the cathode. I don't have the schematic for this. I might get it. It's Photofax file number Photofax number 557, I think. Folder number 5 and item number 7 or whatever it's called. So this one goes to, that's automatic. This one is the, no, this is the grid number 3. Well,
prediction market platforms like
I'm getting skipped.
in 2024 during the election when those markets took off.
Big night for prediction markets and calling President Trump-elect as the winner at the polls of the presidential election. Contracts on Polymarket, Kalshi, Interactive Brokers, Robinhood, all. I also don't like this. It's not about.
I don't know what's going on here. Why it drops out.
I can't stress this enough.
I forgot about that. Drops out.
On the way without putting any. Nice pinch hits for Goldschmidt. He walks. Other than respect each other for who we are.
In Milwaukee, as if
I wonder if
garbage town.
it seems to be
The stadium.
on this channel. I wonder if the
Oh, I know what it is. Milwaukee.
variable capacitor fins are touching, shorting out.
True. No, they don't. They don't.
Seems to be just on this.
You saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia.
Hot 98, the Twin Ports hit music station. And
Okay,
online at
that's.
Hot 98 Duluth.
Damn it. I don't think I'm going to get 1260 here. I'm going to put this without getting shocked. I think so. Okay. Can't have that on. Well, I have to. I'll put it on here.
Now I want to jump back to where I left off in verse 4. Let me see.
This is the box I had to make for it.
And the dread of you shall be upon every beast upon the earth, and upon every
Did its
fowl
job.
of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. And to your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for
So
you.
it's going in the box
Even as the
tonight.
earth have I
Back in the
given all
box.
things.
Um,
For the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall you not eat. Now,
I'll put a note about
so
the
he's making the point. the
Yellow
second
Jacket
point,
stuff.
the intent
Two of them were stuffed.
of the Noahic covenant.
I'll measure that again.
Government, the intent was that
This is
man
Orange Up Beginner's Corner.
was to govern for God. Now,
I'll take this off. I hope there's grill cloth on the box. I don't think there was. I'll have to get some grill cloth for it.
he was dominion of man for himself. And he says in verse 5, and I will.
Today's October 8th, I think, 2025.
5 require the hand of every beast while required is the hand of man. At the hand of every man's brother while required the life of man. So if a beast were to kill a man, that beast had to be destroyed. Okay. And so
Oh,
and then
now this kind of unit,
destroys the image of God. See,
you have to
this is the
take it off channel to use phono.
third point of
Otherwise, it'll bleed in.
And the third
I didn't check the .002. That don't matter. I'll temporarily put on that crystal pickup for a moment if I know how to pause this. Here's a pause button right here. Here. Here's 2. Here's 4. Whoops, it's gone. No, I show something. Here's 4. Here's 10. Here's 1. Okay. I don't know how to turn on the headlight though. New cell phone. It's not even registered. Okay, pause for a moment while I hook up that, jerry rig that pickup into there. Okay. It's on. It's got a needle, but I don't think we're conducting anyway. I don't think we're... Red is hot, white is neutral, I would assume. Let me see a screwdriver here. These glasses, everything's out of focus to me. It's dead. Probably need one of those piezo pickups then. Oh well. Red is exit antenna then. So I'll probably put this in so red will be up. They have a capacitor hanging here, so I thought, well, that's purposely done, so factory, I would assume, purposely done here, so I can purposely do that. I was gonna put a standoff here, but I thought, well, that's kind of like for putting one of those adjustable capacitors there, and so you could go through with a screwdriver and adjust it, and I may do that. I got some of those. Because then you can change the conductance or the, I don't know, whatever happens, the tuning of these tickler windings. Or maybe these if you want. Whatever works best. Probably the tickler windings. So, well, I guess this is it. I was going to measure that. I forgot. I'll measure it.
So this is considered a low-tech flu test, and it could be an option to the nasal swabs most people hesitate getting. So in addition, the chewing gum flu test is almost immediate, and no lab is needed, hardly any waiting for the results. So the report was suggesting that this new method could, in detecting influenza may, replace the other flu tests. In any case, the presence of influenza before even your symptoms occur, they said.
What's that? 680 ohms. For doing stuff like this, I think I'm better off with my left hand, even though I'm right-handed. This is like effed up here. So I would never replace that. It's only reading 779. Say 780 ohms. I would not replace it. I'm not going to throw this resistor away because the stuff I do, that's perfectly good. Perfectly good. And apparently you need these for oscillators or something, carbon resistors, so instead of the newer stuff made from so this channel's running with skip. That's not a local channel to me. Probably come out from the East Coast.
Amy, I'm sure gonna 700,000, 300,000 people.
I don't think I can get any Canada. 650. There's a 710. This is the one that has that issue. So I might have short circuit going on the antenna side. Seems to be right here. I don't know what it is.
The great Pat Hughes.
It's crazy.
Cubs beat the Brewers tonight. 3. Silver is the new.
So there's 610. I'm not going to get 650. If you can get, excuse me, if you can get 650, consider it a good radio. I painted this, I painted this 3 different times. Right now it's red. I painted it silver. I wanted to paint it gold, but this has the gold background, which is very nice looking. Powdered gold or whatever it is. So I went with silver. I could not see silver. Then I went to yellow, and I could hardly see yellow against the silver, so I went red. But looks like I come off on this side. That's the way it's going to stay. I'm not going to redo it. I don't like red anyways. Maybe if I take it apart to do the yellow jackets, to put those in wax containers, I'll repaint it. I don't think I want to do it. I might. I could hit it with red. Pop these 2 screws out and do it. Bolts. I don't trust myself with these things. Anyways, this is it. This is Origin Beginner's Corner on the side.